Hello. Today we're going to talk about head hunger. What is head hunger? Why does it exist? And what are we going to do with it? The definition of head hunger: when you think you want to eat, knowing that you are really full, you might have just eaten and should be full. You should not be hungry at this time. You've already eaten within the last 2 hours, for example. It's important to understand that these are examples of what head hunger could be. Your body is not physically hungry, but rather your head is telling you you are hungry. What triggers head hunger? These are only some of the ideas about what could trigger head hunger, but they probably are the most important. People, places, things, events, thoughts. People could mean the people you go out to dinner with. Places, where do you go that encourages negative eating behaviors? Things, food could actually be one of your things. It could also be things like going to a special place and there is this beautiful kitchenware or servingware, and wow, it just makes you want to enjoy a meal. Special events, weddings, picnics, family gatherings. Thoughts, being aware that sometimes our own thoughts can trigger us to eat. Is head hunger real? Well, it does feel real. And it actually makes you want to eat. It is important to know that these feelings will really only last a short time, 2 to maybe 4 minutes. What type of actions can be taken so that you don't give in to head hunger? Let's use these for some examples. If you're at home, you would want to get out of the kitchen, go outside, get yourself busy. Drink some water. Sometimes our head is telling us something and we think it's telling us that we're hungry when in fact really our body is thirsty. Another good example of something to do would be consider asking yourself, am I really hungry? Practice deep breathing. Deep breathing is a wonderful and an effective tool in managing food cravings. Some other actions that you could take: sit down with a book and read. Do some Sudoku, some crossword puzzles, some jigsaw puzzles. Make a gift for a family member. Call someone. It's really effective to use the phone because when we talk to people, we very frequently get our mind off of what it was thinking about. We're now listening to what someone else wants us to hear. It's important to practice patience. Give yourself the gift of time. This is all new. You will make mistakes. It's not about being perfect. It's about practice, practice, and more practice. Learn to develop a support system. Have people around you that know what's happening with you and that you can, in fact, call on them should you need them. If you do not satisfy a craving, if you do not give in to eating whatever it is that you would like, It's important to know that cravings lessen in frequency. You will have less cravings in a 24-hour period, and they will also lessen in intensity, so they will not be as strong as they were previously if you do not give in to them. Here we go. Get your hands busy with something new. It will also keep your brain busy. Keeping both your hands and brain busy are very important to your success. When you keep your hands busy, you stop reaching for food. When you get your hands busy with something new, your head now is involved in teaching your hands what to do, and therefore your head is not calling for food. This is an example of learning to do something new. Try pottery. How does one manage triggers? Well, the very first thing you want to do is recognize that this is about reducing your risk to returning to your old behaviors. You want to limit your exposure to anything that triggers you to eat. You want to always get enough sleep. The new sleep time frame is 7 to 9 hours for the most effective night's sleep. You want to be aware of danger times. So that would be times for you when you would normally, for instance, be feeling tired or maybe be at the end of your day. Maybe it's when the children come home from school and that's a little bit of a high stress time. Understand your emotions and their relationship with food. In most cases, we all eat different foods with different emotions. The reason this becomes so important to us is frequently we are not paying attention to our emotions, but we might be able to identify if I'm eating whatever, then, oh wow, that's one of the indications that I might be being frustrated or angry. You want to stay away from trigger foods. What is a trigger food? A trigger food is a food, once when put in your mouth, encourages you to eat more. Be aware of family celebrations. Family celebrations can be a high-risk time. First off, everybody's favorite foods are usually present. Second off, there's usually a lot of emotional stress. You want to try to always keep food out of sight in your own home. Your home should be the safest place for you to be. You want to always think about location, location, location. If, for instance, fast foods was one of your old behaviors and it's very difficult for you to not drive by a fast food without going in, then you want to be avoiding fast food stores. So that might mean taking a little bit of an out-of-the-way, drive to get home, but maybe it's better to keep yourself safe. Then there's this new area of food addiction. It's a new focus in the world of addiction, and part of it is about the new awareness that food changes brain chemistry in the same way as drugs do, and in particular it was identified as the drug of cocaine. Yale University has the Rudd Institute, and they actually did develop a food addiction inventory. And that inventory is being utilized with other research projects. In this example here, this is an example of support. These people are working together to support each other on whatever the task is. And it's important that we need that type of support too. You always want to celebrate your success. Success could be a minute, an hour, a day, a week. It doesn't make a difference. Take time to celebrate that. Celebrate that you've had a great week. Good luck.